It is 3 AM, November 14th, 2026. Across London, the power grid fails instantly. In the North Sea, vital internet cables connecting Britain to the US are severed by unidentified submersibles. Before a single shot is fired, the United Kingdom is blind, deaf, and in the dark. This isn't 1940. There is no blitz. This is modern hybrid warfare. But what happens after the lights go out? If the Russian Federation decided to launch a full-scale invasion of the British Isles today with their 2026 capabilities versus a British military that has been shrinking for decades, who actually wins? Today, we are running the simulation. No bias, just the cold, hard numbers of a conflict that would end the world as we know it. On paper, this looks like a massacre. According to 2025 global firepower estimates, Russia possesses massive numerical superiority. We're talking about over 4,000 military aircraft, compared to the UK's fleet of roughly 1660. On the ground, the disparity is even worse. 14,000 Russian tanks in storage versus fewer than 220 active Challenger tanks for the British Army. But numbers lie. Russia's military machine has been ground down by years of attrition in Ukraine. Their mass is largely aging Soviet steel. The UK, however, relies on a different doctrine: NATO integration and elite technology. The UK defence relies on quality. The F-35B Lightning and the Eurofighter Typhoon are generations ahead of most Russian airframes. But in a war of attrition, does quality matter if you run out of ammo in week 2? Let's look at the first phase of the attack, the air war. In 2026, the invasion doesn't start with paratroopers. It starts with drones, thousands of them. Russia's primary strategy would be to overwhelm UK air defences, like the Sky Sabre system, with cheap, mass-produced Shahed-style drones. They don't need to destroy London, they just need to hit the runways at RAF Coningsby and RAF Lossiemouth. But here is where Britain hits back. The UK is a global superpower in one specific area: cyber intelligence. While Russian missiles fly, GCHQ in Cheltenham would likely be executing offensive cyber operations that could cripple Russian logistics before their ships even leave port. You can't invade an island if your ships can't communicate. Let's assume Russia gains air superiority. Now they have the hardest task in military history: crossing the sea. To land an invasion force capable of taking London, Russia would need to move hundreds of thousands of troops across the North Sea. This is where the Royal Navy, specifically the Astute-class submarines, comes into play. The Astute class is arguably the quietest nuclear submarine in the world. Just a handful of these sitting in the Guk Gap, Greenland, Iceland, UK, would turn the Russian Northern Fleet into sinking metal traps. An amphibious landing in 2026 is nearly impossible against a modern navy. The English Channel is still Britain's greatest weapon. Ultimately, a one-on-one fight is a fantasy. An attack on the UK is an attack on NATO. Within hours, the full weight of the US Air Force would be crossing the Atlantic. Russia could cause massive damage. They could cripple the economy and destroy infrastructure. But occupy Britain? Impossible. But what do you think? In a non-nuclear scenario, could the Royal Navy actually hold off the Northern Fleet alone? Let me know in the comments below. Team UK or Team Russia? And if you want to see how British Special Forces would operate behind enemy lines, make sure you subscribe.